Well, hello everybody. I am happy to welcome you all to another episode of News from the Pews. I know we all wait for it all week long. And then when people are waking up at 5 a.m. just to get the email, I am happy to welcome Deacon Bobby Vogel. Perhaps I should call you Deacon Justin Bobby Vogel, because Justin is your first name.
It is. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. And how appropriate that your first name would be Justin, because today is the feast of St. Justin the Martyr.
Praise God.
Isn't that fantastic? Now, why in the world don't you go by Deacon Justin, or, why Bobby?
That's a good question. You'd have to ask my mother. I'm not really sure why. I've always been called Bobby. So.
Even as a child?
Yep.
You never decided, I'm going to go by my middle name, not my first name. Your mother made that call. Mm-hmm. Isn't that fantastic? Wow.
Yeah.
Go figure. Now, today is the third day of Vacation Bible School. And Deacon Bobby is in charge of the game station. What's your station's, what's it called?
The All-Star Games.
All-Star Games, because of course, our VBS is stellar. Galactic mission.
Out of this world.
The mission is out of this world. The mission is heaven, everybody, in case you didn't know. The mission is heaven. And we are, in a sense, when we climb into the mystical body of Jesus, which is the Catholic Church, we are, in a sense, climbing into a rocket, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely.
We are climbing into a rocket, launching up to celestial realms, galactic realms.
Cosmic perspectives.
And that's a cosmic perspective, an eternal perspective.
To eternity and beyond.
To eternity, well, there is no beyond eternity. So to say to eternity and beyond would be incorrect, wouldn't it?
Would be closer.
Twid.
Deacon Bobby Vogel arrived about a week ago, a little more, and you are here for 10 weeks during the course of the summer, as all seminarians have assignments in different places. I was trying to think back in this, let me see how my brain works. In 2018, we had Owen Duckett. In 2019, we had Jose Neary, who will be ordained a priest on this Saturday.
Absolutely.
I cannot wait. Oh my gosh. Okay, we had Jose Neary. He was a baby seminarian at the time.
Yeah.
And then we had Tyler Huber. Then we had Sam Hansen. Then we had Deacon Jack, and now we have Deacon Bobby. That is pretty cool. You're the second deacon that we've had, and temporary deacon. What would you say is the difference between a transitional deacon and a permanent deacon?
I have the light into the tunnel of the priesthood, and I think that's the biggest difference, and way more schooling.
You mean that the permanent deacons do not have a light at the end of the tunnel?
I mean, they have eternity, and that is great.
Deacon Charlie might be watching. Deacon Charlie, of course, is in Italy right now, so we hold him and Mary, his wife, in our prayers, and hope you both are having. I'm sure you woke up just in order to see this, or, well, what time would it be over there right now? Lord only knows. But anyways, I'm sure you're watching live, Deacon Charlie and Mary. So anyway, but you enjoy the same faculties as a permanent deacon.
Right.
I can only think of one difference, other than the fact that you will be a priest and they don't become priests.
What's that?
You wear the collar.
Oh,
You're allowed to wear the collar. The permanent deacons are not permitted to wear the collar. At least in our diocese, that is in a handful of dioceses around the world, you'll find a diocese where the deacons are allowed to wear that. But of course, you can't really see your collar, because there's some hair in the way.
It's just a mark of courage, as St. Augustine would say.
In the olden days, they said the longer the beard, the holier the man. Do you hold to that belief?
I sure hope so.
Is that why you're growing the beard?
Something like that.
Is that right?
I mean, that's the goal.
Isn't that fantastic? Well, the holiness, holiness is the goal.
Be like
holiness
God, see him face to face.
The goal. Holiness. And sometimes it's tied with facial hair. Anyway, Deacon Bobby, tell us some things about your life. What in the heavens is slacklining? I had to Google it myself, and I've heard many people ask questions about that. They thought it was a typo in the bulletin. And I thought, what in the world is that? So I Googled it, and it does not look like something that I would be very good at. Describe it for us.
Well, that's the beauty. Nobody's good at it when they first try. So it's kind of like tightrope walking. So you put this... It's
a rope
essentially
in between two poles.
Well, no. Well, yeah, tightrope, but it's a ratchet strap, so it's much easier to walk on. It's about 2 inches wide, between two trees, usually. And you can put it as high or low as you want and walk on it, do tricks, flips. I'm not that good. I can only walk on it.
Really?
And walk backwards, sometimes. But that's really it.
Wow. Little known fact, Deacon Bobby is related to Felicia Vogel, who works here in our school. And
Yep.
you're a distant cousin, somehow.
Second cousins once removed, I think.
And nobody knows what that means, except that in North Vernon, everybody's related.
Everybody's related. That's the way we do it.
So back to slacklining. You will. This is how my brain works, as Deacon has already figured out. When you connect these things, how much slack is there? I mean, it's not like. I mean, it's like. How much give is there here?
If you look at it, it doesn't look like there's hardly any give until you step on it, and that's when it begins to sink.
Is it made out of rubber?
No, it's a polyester, whatever a ratchet strap is made from, but like a really hardy, thick ratchet strap. So it's pretty thick and substantial, and it will hold you no problem. Anybody, like it's,
is that right?
It's meant to do it. It's a lot of tension on that line.
Did you bring a slack? Is it, what do you call it? A slack line?
Yeah.
I mean the actual
line.
item.
Yep. Yeah, it's in the trunk of my car.
It's in the trunk of your Ford Fusion 2013 silver car.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So perhaps you could even teach some people.
Yeah, it could.
You know,
that'd be a fun time.
Wouldn't that be fun this summer? We should have done that at the lock-in.
I know.
Deacon Bobby made it through the whole lock-in without falling asleep. Although I think we both fell asleep for maybe about 5 minutes.
We probably could,
because there was a moment when I thought I was just going to rest my eyes, and I put my head down like this, which I haven't done since high school. You know how you back in those days. But anyway, and then I did fall asleep very briefly. And then you did the same thing.
I did the same thing.
But Rita did not.
Rita was the trooper.
Chaperone
Oh
Rita,
my gosh.
we have done about 10 lock-ins together, and she
powered through.
She did not even seem tired. I don't know. What a hoot! But anyway, she was great, and then of course we had the Perrys, and they were chaperoning as well, and they got a little bit of sleep. Logan found his way to the library where he closed his eyes.
Yep.
And then Sister Joan did not make it all night.
No.
And but gosh, I mean, she did pretty good. So anyway, all is well in our neighborhood. And tell us, Deacon, what did you most enjoy about the lock-in?
Most enjoy. I think the campfire. I think that was
Wasn't that
great.
awesome?
That was so good.
We sat around the fire, which Andrew Walkie built as his Eagle Scout project a few years ago. That's where we started our Easter Vigil. I didn't mention that to you, but we started out there and then carried the candle and all that back into the church.
Very awesome.
It was really cool. It was really cool. And it was the first year since it's existed that we were able to do that, because usually it's rain and it's muddy or it's snowing or something. But anyway, so it worked out really, really well. And but yeah, that was fun. It was Pentecost weekend too, so it was kind of neat to just sit around that fire, and they're just good. We had 17 high schoolers, and this year we limited the lock-in to only those who regularly attend youth group, and so it was great because it was just kids who just love the Lord, and the adoration middle of the night was really cool.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was so cool. And one young man came. He was so excited. He said he had quite an experience in adoration. And afterwards, I saw God. I saw God, and the Lord brought his grandfather into his heart, and they had a conversation in prayer in front of the Blessed Sacrament, and his grandfather had passed away when he was much younger. And so anyway, just cool stuff happened at that lock-in. This summer you will be preaching, you will be attending meetings and things. You've already been doing these things, and you'll be leading the Bible study on Monday mornings. You'll be leading a Bible study for young adults.
Yep.
Tell us about that.
So we're leading a Bible study for any young adult in the parish, 18 to 35. Just going to do it
I am no
after.
longer a young adult.
No.
Are you how old are you?
I am. I'm 30. So
That's right.
Still a young adult. Starting to feel less young, but but we're doing it Monday nights after around 6:30, I believe, after the Mass at St. Vincent's, and there will be food, and just all young adults are welcome to come and to sit and pray with our Lord together, and to do that.
Yeah, be great. Let's think about this. We've got a lot of trips. Do you like roller coasters?
No, I hate roller coasters. I used to love them, but I can't do them anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Too bad you missed the festival.
I know.
You would have loved all those rides.
Yep.
Evidently, the fluid in between one's ears, or in one's ears, as one gets older, that fluid gets thicker. And that fluid is what helps a person have balance and orientation and all these sorts of things. And then when the older you get, the thicker that becomes. And then no wonder that the older we get, the harder those rides are on us.
That would explain
I
it.
did 1,001 knots a few times, and I just but that pales in comparison to the one that went all around like this last year. Oh, that thing was awful. I just about died. I mean, I threw up almost, but I didn't. Of course, you eat so much at the festival. By the way, the festival brought in, everybody, 56,000 smackers, which is a really, really good turnout. I mean, God gave us great weather, even though it rained all around us. It didn't rain on us, and it was just like, crowds were good, food was amazing, people were having a great time, and this weekend in the Criterion you will see the listing of all the parish festivals, but of course ours has already happened. So, alas, too bad you missed it. You were at graduation weekend that weekend.
It was.
So the seminarians are required to be there for that. But anyway, you'll be here through August or until August, early August. What are you most looking forward to?
I think I'm really looking forward to getting to know the people and everyone here, and being able to preach to you all and to baptize some kids. I'm very excited for that. And just really to hang out and to be in a parish.
I know some people that could be rebaptized.
Rebaptized?
I'm kidding. That's impossible. That was a test. I was testing Deacon Bobby. He passed.
I was going to say, we're not Anabaptists. What are you doing?
No, we are not. Oh my gosh. But anyway, we had a great RCIA this year, and the one before was great. The one before was 35 people became Catholic 2 years ago here.
Wow.
It was phenomenal. This year, what we have about?
Incredible.
We have about 18, something like that, 15, 18. So that was really good too. So I mean, God is continuing to draw people to Himself, and that is what we're so excited about. And yeah, you'll have plenty of baptisms and plenty of experiences of preaching, and I'm excited to have a little break from preaching, because I love to preach, though, I have to tell you, and but it'll be lovely to hear your beautiful messages, and already has been. Although I fell asleep on the first one because that was the morning after the lock-in, everybody, and I sat down at St. Vincent, and he started going, and I mean, his homily was only about 1 minute, but my head went like that, and I thought I was resting my eyes, and then I didn't hear a peep that you said. Isn't that terrible? But that's what happens. You didn't fall asleep because you were talking, but had it been reversed, you probably would have.
I probably would have.
Who's your favorite saint and why?
Favorite saint is St. Francis Xavier.
Oh my gosh!
A patron
of our diocese.
Exactly.
Missionary.
I fell in love with his story and how he traveled. He met became his best friend, Saint Ignatius of Loyola. They actually didn't like each other at first, and eventually Ignatius won him over, and they became best friends. And Ignatius was starting his order, and he joined, and he traveled all the way like through Malaysia and India, and I've actually been to Malaysia, and to the area where St. Francis Xavier was, and his heart was just on fire for the Lord. He said in one of his letters to Ignatius that one day he had baptized 3,000 people in one day, which is astounding. Like I can't fathom that. It takes a half an hour usually for one baptism.
Whoa!
Yeah, absolutely incredible.
That would be amazing. I would love to do that. New goal in life.
Yeah.
I mean, most priests probably their whole life long don't baptize that many people.
Right.
I keep track, and I'm about 500 by now. That's about where I am. And so I only have, how many thousand did you say?
3,000, so you got 2,500 more.
I just got to do 2,500 more.
Just.
Babies, everybody. Let's have some babies.
Got to have more babies.
I pray for babies every day, actually. I pray the Lord to send more babies to our church every day. Babies are such a gift. They are.
Great gift.
I know. And so anyway, okay, so that would be a great summer. I'm excited. I think God is going to do wonderful things, already has been, and we'll continue that as we go. You're drinking coffee.
I absolutely am.
Do you like the mug? Are
This
you
is a great mug.
Wait a minute. Now you got to look at that side. A cup
of Joe. Yeah, which
Isn't
fun
that
fact,
great?
my home parish is St. Joe's in North Vernon.
St.
So,
Joseph
I have
is
a
all
connection.
around. I know. Now, what do you think of my coffee that I make in the rectory?
I have not tried it, actually.
What? Is that why there's always a little bit left over? I make enough for you to have a cup.
I appreciate it, but I usually don't have it till like the afternoon.
You don't drink coffee till the afternoon.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
We are kind of busy here.
We kind of are, and we need the fuel. We need the fuel. I start Fulton Sheen said, good thing to start every day with a cup of coffee. But he said, one thing you must do before that even, make some coffee and take it with you into the chapel. I'm following a soon-to-be saint's orders.
Yeah.
In that, and but anyway, the first night he was here, I was making coffee for the next day. I was getting it all ready, and he goes, "How many grounds do you put in there?" I said, "Well, for every cup in the pot, I put a scoop, and I do." I said, "I like it when I can chew it, and I do super monk blend, which is because I use Mystic Monk coffee. Plug for that, really good coffee." And
really good coffee, great monks. They're actually honored with me at seminary. I love them.
Yes, I met them when I was visiting.
So awesome. Holy men. Very holy men.
Yeah, and they make coffee.
Yeah.
And they live in Wyoming,
Yep.
don't they?
God's country.
They're a Benedictine.
Yeah.
Are they Benedictine?
Carmelite.
Carmelites.
Yeah. I know.
Wow. Anyway, well, this will be great, Deacon Bobby. I am excited. You're excited. God is excited. The whole parish is excited. And I think this concludes our episode. I will end with this. Today happens to also be the birthday game of Kenny. Goodbye. See you later.
Bye.
She didn't want me to say that. She ordered me not to. So I have disobeyed. But it's worth it because it is our camera woman's birthday. And you deserve a shout out.
Absolutely.
50 years old. I am...
It's incredible.
You don't look it.
Just over the hill now. It's crazy.
Just...
But not under it.
Just.
but not under it.
Not
That's
under
the
it
best thing. Oh my gosh. No, but Gay, we very much appreciate all you do for this parish.
You know I'm editing this out.
And for News from the Pews, I think it's only appropriate that we all stop what we're doing right now and sing a happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Come around here, Gay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gay McKinney. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Bye, everybody. See you later.
Bye.